Welcome back. Welcome back to Braided Lessons with Braidednikki. I am your fellow braider, coach, entrepreneur sis, Nikki B, owner of Canadian Celeb Tresses. Today, we are carrying on with our braid lessons that I drop every single Sunday for my beginner braiders. Lessons on braiding techniques, DIY sessions, and beauty hacks. This specific video will be focusing on how to grip your traditional box braids. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click it. I'll wait. I'll wait. Join the class. Started. Okay, so we're gonna get this started. So first I'm just gonna take out these pre-parted twists. In my last video, I was showing you a technique how to pre-part the hair to get it ready for box braids or knotless braids. So I have this already ready. And what I'm gonna do is just start doing my box braids now that I already have my pre-parted foundation. First things first, I'm starting off with my Shine and Jam conditioning gel. I don't really need the jam right now because while I was doing my pre-parting, I had already used the jam, but for training purposes, I'll just do that so that you guys can get used to the whole concept of using jam as you braid. So I'm gonna do my pre-box parting. I'm gonna start in the middle. Just wanna make sure you guys can see that. So I made 3 boxes. In this video, we're gonna focus on gripping the braid for traditional box braids. So first you're gonna go ahead and get your piece of hair extensions. I love to use expressions because it's very thick, and once you're doing your braids, it's not gonna look like thick and then go down skinny, even though it's pre-stretched. I'm starting off with this amount of hair to match this amount of hair. So you wanna make sure that the part that you made, when you feel the box, you want to make sure that you're really taking in the density of your client's hair or your mannequin's hair. You can kind of just feel it. So I'm feeling it with my hands, feeling it, and then I'm going to feel this amount of hair now. And it pretty much feels the same. This one feels a little bit thicker, so I'm going to take a little bit out, just a little bit. And even if I feel like maybe I shouldn't have took some out, I can always add it in after, which is called feeding in the braid. But for now, we're focusing on just this strand. This amount of hair feels the same as this. The density of each of these definitely feel the same, right? So I know that we're good to go. So what I'm gonna do is split this into half. Now you don't want it to be like a perfect half. You want one to be slightly bigger than the other. So this one is 1/3 of this. So it's not really a half. This one's a little bigger than this one, but it's not like incredibly bigger. It's just a little bigger. Can you see? Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna crisscross both of them to make it into an X. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna get these two and cross it over like so. And now it's an X. See? Okay, now the reason why I made one of them smaller is because this one's smaller, so I'm putting these together to make it into 3 strands. If I put this together and they were both the same size, then this would have been way too big, and then the braid would have turned out looking weird, right? So that's why I made one of them small and one of them slightly bigger. So now that I have the 3 strands, now they're all the same size. Perfect. Okay, so once you have this position here with your 3 strands, we're gonna call this strand A, B, and C. With my index finger, I'm gonna go ahead and grab strand C, okay? So I'm gonna grab strand C and let go of strand B. So this is the position that you want to have when you're about to put in your braid. Instead of parting it in half like so, you can part it on a diagonal, on a slight diagonal curve, and cut it into two. So it's not really like a straight half. It's kind of just like a half going in a diagonal, a slightly diagonal curve. The reason why I do it in a slightly diagonal curve is because for me personally, I find it easier to grip the hair that way. If you ever part it in half like this and for some reason it's just not gripping the way that you want it to, then I would suggest trying it my way, which is I just part it in a diagonal form. So check it out. I have my strands ready, and then I'm gonna grab the top half, and when I'm grabbing the top half, I'm using my index finger to get all of it. So you wanna make sure that you grab all of the hair. You're not going to pull your mannequin or your client's head, because by the end of the hairstyle, the head's gonna be sore, right? Your client should never be in pain after you're finished braiding their hair. They should feel something, but they shouldn't feel pain. They shouldn't have to take Advil or Tylenol. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just grab it. If you're practicing on a mannequin, the best way to know if you're pulling too hard is if the mannequin is starting to swing. If it's doing this, that means you're pulling it too hard. So I'm just gonna pull slightly. I'm using force right now. This is me pulling and the mannequin is not moving. So that's a good sign, right? So that means my grip is gonna be pretty strong. So I'm gripping it and I'm making sure my index is covering the whole entire box. Not all the boxes, just the top, okay? So grip, grab the box, okay? So you can see I have a hold of the box. So I'm still holding on to the box with both hands, and then I'm gonna let go now that I feel like I have a good grip, and I'm gonna grab this part that I let go of before, and I'm gonna wrap it around that one box, not both the boxes, just the top box. So wrap it around and bring the bottom up, and now you have this part left that needs to be taken care of. And you have the bottom box that we have to take care of. So I'm gonna grab my bottom box now. I'm gonna put it in this index finger. Just tuck it in there. And I'm doing the same technique, the same pulling technique without my mannequin falling over. I'm just pulling it so I can get that great grip. I'm gonna grab this strand now and bring it on under. So what I did was I brought the strand that was over here underneath there. And then I just begin to braid. And as you can see, there's no big knot at the top with this method. Okay, now if you do want a video on specifically how to braid, I have a few videos up already on braiding and cornrows, and it's pretty much the same technique with your fingers. So I would suggest watching how to cornrow for beginners if you don't know how to braid as yet. Right now, my focus is more so just the beginning of a traditional braid and how to grip it so that it's not loose at the very top and it lasts longer. Okay, so I hope that you learned something from this video. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos just like this for free. Thank you for watching.